The Red Memo. King Charles removes Sussex children from line of succession amid surrogacy proof. 1. The emergence of DL, the woman who broke the 5-year silence. The royal world has been rocked by a legal filing from Switzerland. A whistleblower known only as DL has come forward with allegations that threaten to rewrite the history of the House of Windsor. The surrogacy claim: DL alleges she was the surrogate who carried both Archie and Lilibet under a private contract brokered by Meghan's legal team in California. The smoking gun letter. The most explosive piece of evidence is a handwritten thank you note allegedly penned by Prince Harry, thanking DL for safely carrying our family into the world. If authenticated, this letter proves the couple bypassed royal birth protocols. 2. Duchess Sophie's declaration of distancing. In an unprecedented move, King Charles chose Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, to be the voice of the monarchy. The constitutional line. Standing at Clarence House, she delivered a chilling 7-word sentence: "This matter does not involve the crown." By saying this, the palace has effectively stripped the Sussexes of institutional protection, forcing them to prove their claims in court. Performance versus motherhood. Sophie, who survived 2 high-risk pregnancies, publicly dismantled Meghan's viral hospital dance video, labeling it theatrical rather than maternal. 3. The Red clarification: lineage over legacy. King Charles III has officially moved from family mode to sovereign mode. He has commissioned the Red Memorandum, a legal firewall around the throne. The removal. The names of Archie Harrison and Lilibet Diana have been systematically omitted from the latest internal succession rosters and royal estate eligibility lists. Princess Anne's threshold. The Princess Royal reportedly stated, "Succession isn't sentimental, it's factual." The Crown has made its position clear. It recognizes verifiable bloodline births, not commercial contracts. 4. The collapse of the Sussex maternal brand. As the palace withdrew its legal shield, the American media machine began to distance itself. Netflix and corporate freezes. Projects centered on Meghan's motherhood journey, such as Roots and Roses, have been pulled from schedules due to legitimacy risks. The digital eraser. In a telling move, the Archewell website quietly altered its About page, removing the Prince and Princess titles and using generic phrasing for the children. Conclusion. Love without accountability. King Charles's final message to Harry was devastatingly simple. "Harry, you were always loved, but love without accountability is not leadership." This chapter is closed. The British monarchy has drawn a surgical line in the sand for 2026. On one side stands constitutional truth, on the other, a Hollywood narrative with no verifiable records. For the first time since 2020, Meghan Markle is no longer the narrator of her own story.
I don't think that we can ever have peace with my family unless the truth is out there.
The Buckingham coup. Prince William strips Queen Camilla of power, seizing the destiny of the crown. 1. The collapse of the Whispering Empire. When soft power hits a stone wall. For over 2 decades, Queen Camilla has been considered the keeper of the keys to King Charles III's mind. She did not rule by decree, but through soft power. Subtle whispers over midnight tea and strategic suggestions offered when the king was at his most exhausted. Camilla successfully transformed herself from a public pariah into an unofficial regent in the shadows of the Windsor dynasty. However, in early 2026, Camilla made a fatal miscalculation in the Game of Thrones. She attempted to interfere with the modernization roadmap of the military and the budget of the Duchy of Cornwall, the vast estate Prince William manages with military discipline. William is not Charles. He does not tolerate ambiguity or personal influence in affairs of state. When Camilla tried to persuade Charles to sign a controversial decree protecting the interests of her old allies, William launched an immediate legal counterstrike, forcing the king to publicly break a promise to his wife for the first time. 2. Prince William. From heir apparent to the true protector of the realm, no longer content to stand backstage and wait for destiny. Prince William decided that the future of the monarchy could not be gambled on outdated court intrigues. Throughout December 2025 and January 2026, William executed a purge of the advisory teams within Buckingham Palace. He replaced Camilla's longtime loyalists with top-tier military strategists and financial experts. William began dominating every major meeting of the Privy Council, positioning himself as the final filter for all information before it reached the king. Now, any document Camilla wants Charles to sign must first pass through the office of the Prince of Wales. This isn't just a change in personnel, it is a de facto transfer of power to the next generation, turning William into the Shadow King. 3. The Sandringham confrontation. The past is not the future. The climax of this conflict occurred during a closed-door summit at the Sandringham estate. According to internal sources, Queen Camilla attempted to protest William's budget cuts for several traditional royal events she patronizes. William, with a face of unwavering resolve, reportedly stood up, looked his stepmother in the eye, and delivered a staggering ultimatum. "Your Majesty, the back-channel diplomacy that helped you survive the crises of the past will not help this monarchy survive the future. The era of ambiguity is over. From now on, every move the Crown makes will be based on efficiency and transparency, not favoritism." This statement was described as a death warrant for Camilla's political influence. She realized the boundaries of power had been redrawn. William treats her with the utmost aristocratic courtesy, but with zero compromise. Camilla's isolation is being handled with elegant brutality. She retains her title, but she has lost her seat at the decision-making table. 4. King Charles III. Acceptance and a strange sense of relief. The most shocking aspect for royal observers isn't William's decisiveness, but King Charles's reaction. Instead of fighting to protect his own power or his wife's influence, the king seems to feel a massive weight has been lifted. After years of battling illness and the relentless media pressure from the Sussexes, Charles has found peace in his eldest son's strength. In a leaked private moment, Charles reportedly placed a hand on William's shoulder and admitted, "I have carried this crown in weariness for too long. You are not just ready to succeed me, you are already reigning in my stead. Do what is necessary to protect this dynasty." This admission formalizes the power shift. King Charles now serves as the spiritual symbol, while William holds the steering wheel of the imperial ship. 5. Conclusion. A new era has been defined. The analysis from Royal Signal concludes that we are witnessing the end of the Camilla age and the dawn of the William era. This is not a family rebellion, but a survivalist self-correction by the British monarchy. Camilla's status. She remains the official queen consort, but her role is now strictly confined to ceremonial duties and charity work. Her power to influence national policy has been completely neutralized. William's status. He has proven to be a pragmatic leader, willing to set aside personal feelings to ensure the survival of the institution. Buckingham is no longer a place of whispers. It is a place of strategic decisions. The Game of Thrones has a clear winner, and his name is the Prince of Wales.